Well, the Prime Minister described the triggering of Article 50 as a historic moment for the country. But how does Britain's departure from the EU really compare to other seismic events in history? To find out, we sent the historian Kate Williams to Leeds Castle in Kent to step back in time and put Brexit in perspective.
The Brexit starting gun has been fired, and within 2 years we'll have left the EU. Many say this is the biggest constitutional moment Britain has ever faced, and it's certainly a seismic one. But before you start stocking up on tin cans and preparing for political Armageddon, let's take a moment to look at the other huge events our little island has experienced, and how we came through. The last time our country declared itself free from Europe was when Henry VIII dramatically severed ties with the Catholic Church in Rome. Henry stayed here at Leeds Castle on his way to the European jamboree of the Field of the Cloth of Gold. But just a few years later, he was desperate to marry Anne Boleyn. He was sick of Europeans telling him what to do, and he wanted to take back control. Sound familiar? The referendum split the country down the middle, dividing families, friends and colleagues. Back in the 17th century, civil war was raging, and you similarly had to decide whether you were parliamentarian or royalist. The parliamentarians won and thought they had a silver bullet solution to all the country's problems. Cut off the king's head. That was their Brexit means Brexit moment. But they soon found things weren't quite that easy. The country didn't like living under the new regime, and what's more, it scared off a few of our key trading partners. I hope you're taking notes, Mrs. May. Once Britannia really did rule the waves, and we used our naval might to conquer a quarter of the world's landmass and to monopolise key trading routes. In the 19th century, China didn't want our woolly jumpers or grand pianos, but we wanted their tea, and so we went to war to force trade on them. But in the second half of the 20th century, the empire shrank from a population of 700 million to 5 million, and we looked to the European community for more peaceful trading arrangements. The world's a very different place now. We can't use our naval might to force trade on anyone. We're going to have to use charm and diplomacy instead. Brexit is by no means the biggest wave our small island has had to ride. But if we're going to make a success of it, we're going to have to look beyond our shores and reinvent our economy or our new relationships. Whether that's possible, well, we'll soon find out.